Welcome everybody to 48 Talk, episode number 18. I am your host, Rageballie as always. Joining me this time it's DXTakamina on the right, Derek on the bottom, and Yeyoh on the bottom right. Good morning everybody.
Morning.
Morning.
Been a while
Good
for me,
evening.
Yeah, good evening for you. Yeah, it's very early on this
Lol.
side.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, we are just our schedule this week again because Derek is lucky enough in Japan. So how's been the week for you?
Busy but fun. I went to a few different shows, including like a metal idol show with this
Oh,
group
nice.
called Guso Drop, which was fun, and
Oh,
got
so
to see some.
those are awesome. I've seen some streams of it. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, found a new Oshi
Oh, really?
to support in that group. But the big funny thing that happened to me that I have to share with you guys is
Okay.
I went to do karaoke, and it was I was with my close friend here, and his friend he works with, who's a musician. He's a singer in like a J rock band here, and he's hysterical. He's just really happy and ganky all the time, just chill ganky.
Oh, nice.
And he knows I like idol music, and I was talking to him about it, and he was like really like kind of just, it blew his mind. I like idol music. I'm from America, and I was telling him I liked AKB, and he like knew who AKB was. He told me like a few of the names, but he didn't really know. So we sat down and we were doing some songs, and then I look up and I see the Heavy Rotation video, and I'm
Oh,
like, "What are
God.
you doing?" And he, just from memory, just from like knowing the song because it's so popular, this guy. Okay, now he's a singer. Okay, so
Yeah.
he actually has a voice. He destroyed it. Like it was yeah, he was doing all the moves.
Oh, wow.
and
Nice.
my
he was,
Oh, God.
he knew
Awesome.
he knew all the melody, and he like, it was like one of the funniest and best things I've ever had happen to me in Japan. I was seriously crying laughing. I was having so much fun watching him. And but then I just started singing, like I was doing like on the I want you.
Yeah.
I would do like the you know the call and the
Yeah.
response.
Yeah.
Yes.
By the end, I was like yelling it, and then I was like jumping up and down with him. I've just never had that experience before, and he didn't know the song, so it was just amazing. He did it, like it was just, it blew me away. It blew me away. I thought you guys,
Awesome.
because I was like, if you guys were all here, you guys would have laughed your butts off. It was so funny.
Oh, that sounds amazing though. Did he really
Oh.
do like the with the letters, the MUSIQ or something? MUZEQ?
Oh, he nailed it. It sounded like Yuko if it was a male. Like he just like he didn't miss a note. And I'm like, he's like, I've never really listened to the song. I just hear it on the radio or whatever, and nailed it. I mean, just nailed it. And I was just like, you're like, what? What's going on? But that's normal in Japan to have a what's going on like crazy moment.
Yeah,
It happens
true.
every day here for me. Every day. So it was
It's pretty standard, actually. So, yeah.
little side note to that too. I was doing karaoke, and I did Kamo Negix, which is my favorite
Yeah.
NMB song.
Love it.
And again, my friend never heard the song before, but he heard me sing it terribly, and then he picked up the mic and did the right notes for like Kamo Negix.
Yeah.
Oh, so cool. And then the next part, and then how Sine's voice goes way up. And I mean, he did it. I was like, who are you? Like, you should be an idol. Like,
Johnny.
if they allowed me. Yeah, Johnny.
Yeah.
And he has the looks. So he was happy when I said that. So I think it encouraged him. It was a good time.
Exile. Tell him to exile.
He's,
Excel
I
tribe.
think he's a lot better looking than those guys, to be honest. with you. Very
Oh,
good.
shit. Oh, shit.
Exile.
He
them.
look- He looks like a Japanese version of Adrian Brody. So
Who's
like
that?
like if I said, oh, okay, you get he was in The Pianist. It was an older movie, World War II movie, a bunch of movies. He's been in a million movies. But if you saw Adrian Brody, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you put my friend Kenji, that's his name, next to each other, there's like no difference,
Oh,
except
wow.
he's Japanese. Like that's it.
Yeah, that's okay.
So funny.
Oh, maybe
Anyway.
he'll take a career path. Would be funny just seeing it
Who
online.
knows? Who knows?
Yeah, I'm gonna see him Tuesday. We're gonna do karaoke again. I'm gonna make him do Heavy Rotation again. So
Oh.
I can't wait.
Amazing, amazing.
Awesome.
Have you done anything else?
Well, actually, today is my Akihabara day. Surprisingly, this entire trip, I've been so busy. I haven't had much time to do anything that I normally do, like especially idol related. But I want to do a bunch of new things. Like I said, I went to like a metal idol show. I've never done that before. That was so much fun. But today I'm gonna go to the cafe. I'm gonna try to get some cool coasters. Maybe I'll get a Kotsumako coaster. If I do, Yeyoh, I'll send it your way. Like, I promise you, I will.
They have a new menu on the AKB48
Yeah,
Cafe.
true, yeah.
Yes. I want to try that. If you guys have a request for coasters, maybe I'll get one. I'll send them your way as well.
Oh,
So
God,
if you
Nana,
have
of
to get
course.
Kobe, if you have,
Yeah.
if you have to get Kobe, sure.
Okay. So, and then who do you want, Robin?
Oh, Karanana, the Nachan.
Of course.
She
Yeah,
has
she's mine
now
too.
first time she has her menu on on the menu. She has like
Oh, really?
it's like a weird sandwich with fries.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. It looks like a tuna sandwich with like spices on it, spicy sauce.
I'm so happy she's just on it. So yeah, I can't wait to check that out, do some shopping there, and then go to the Donkey and just look at the theater and wish I was there.
Well,
what were you gonna say? Yeah.
There's also a 5-year menu on it too. Like there's
what?
the main menu, then the 5-year anniversary menu.
Oh, right.
Like
Oh,
the encore.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I'm here at a good
Awesome,
time.
right?
I'm here at a good time for
Yeah,
that. Cool.
you got
cool.
lucky. Gino has spaghetti with hot sauce.
Poor Gino.
Yeah.
She changed her menu now into something very. It's like katsudori or something like spices chicken
Okay.
menu. So if he went then, he would have gotten a lot better menu.
It's all.
I could
like,
catch
I can't
that
deal with
too.
Yeah.
I'm going there next month. Yeah.
Ah, yay!
Yeyoh's going
Can't
next
wait.
month.
Can't
Oh
wait
my.
for it.
So we have to
my-
schedule another time again in this time for Yeyoh to be in Japan.
It'll be fun.
Oh
It'll be
yeah,
fun. I
it's
can't
good.
wait.
Every time will be fun at 3:30 in the morning.
Don't worry, I won't do it that way.
No,
worry.
don't. I'll just
It's
don't
fine,
worry
man.
about it.
It's fine.
All right, so let's get to the talk. So earlier in this week on news, well, we finally predicted it. We already talked about this in detail very much, but she announced it officially. Shimazaki Haruka announced her graduation. Thoughts, if there are any?
Just happy for her, really, because, well, like you said earlier, she wasn't really that into AKB anymore, so it was just bound to happen, I guess.
Yeah, she already
Finally.
canceled her appearance on Junkan.
Yep.
It's like, oh,
Yep.
I don't want to go. So it's like, no.
It's probably because of her schedule too, like acting wise.
Yeah,
Like,
she's
it's-
busy.
Oh,
She's
true.
busy.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
a radio
I-
show and stuff like that.
Right. I think if there was any girl in AKB that could say AKB was a stepping stone without her realizing it, it was probably Paruru. I
Yep.
think when she came into AKB, they really positioned her to be the next ace, the next Achan,
Yep.
but it didn't happen.
Really, yeah.
For many reasons, mostly because she was just so divisive to people's the fans. You either loved her, you hated her. She didn't have that warmth that I think like Achan had that really made Achan. She had that, like, you really wanted to root for her. Versus Paruru, if you don't like her salty behavior, you're not gonna root for her at all. So she can leave all this behind and now focus on whatever it is she wants to do, whether it's movies, which that's what seems to be the case, or anything else. I mean, we know she's not. Yeah, she's not gonna do music, or
Nope,
if she does it,
pretty much.
I'd be really surprised. But what I'm curious about now is, will she decide to go just straight private life and just completely be out of the spotlight? And because with movies, she doesn't have to be really that present. I guess she doesn't
That's
want to. So
I
that's
think
what I'm
I think she'll be the one who will be showing up on red carpets and maybe some TV shows to blog her movies and TV shows she'll be doing. But I don't think she will be having a handshake event for specific members like Matsuyu
Nah,
Reina does or
not
Aki
likely.
Matsuaika
Not
does.
likely. Nah, not
But
likely.
but like if you take, like, I'll just give you just a random actress in my head that's still acting. The girl, the older actress that was with Mayuyu Watanabe during the Fight bookstore, Izumi Inamori.
Right.
She
Yeah.
yeah, she doesn't do handshake events. She doesn't go around and make herself presence known. I mean, I don't really think she's been on that many varieties. She shows up here and there. I
Yeah.
think Paruru will become more of a regular type actress in that regard, where she might decide, okay, I don't have to be in the spotlight, because in AKB you have to be in the spotlight or you don't survive.
Yeah.
It's just that simple.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
if you're
Exactly.
not present, you're not
You're
there.
done. You're
And
done pretty much.
if when you're a movie, you're guaranteed to be present in the film, and that's it. You don't have to do anything else because the burden of promotion really isn't on you. I mean, unless you are the main actress, then yeah, you should kind of. But even then, it's so controlled and regulated, and you don't have to deal with like crazy fans always in your face all the time. Like maybe in AKB's case, where the WOTAs sometimes can get really overbearing. I don't think she's gonna have that anymore. Maybe for a little while because she's an AKB, but I think it's gonna taper off as we all. I don't want to say forget her, but we focus on the girls that are currently in AKB.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
she'll be maybe showing up on reunions, maybe some 9 Gen reunions.
Yeah, like maybe like we might see her here and
Yeah,
there
exactly.
for fun.
Yeah.
But actually I even doubt that. I think she's done. I think she's like I'm done with AKB. See y'all later. Sayonara in the truest form of the word.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the thing with Parudu is she is one of a kind, definitely one of a kind style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't hate her. She's great, but not for fan interacting. And then she has a specific type of fans that follow her and favor her, and they like that style. But yeah, she can clearly see in this year and maybe the year before she tried last year she tried her best to be like, all right, I'm gonna do this one more time for the Sosenkyo. I'm gonna give it my all. I'm gonna be like trying to be happy, trying to be this for the fans, and it didn't go into her favor. So she's like, all right.
She's
I like
done.
you guys. Thank you so much for doing for helping me in AKB and being a fan of me. But now I clearly see I need to move on. And that's what we predicted pretty much. It's
Mhm.
like she is it's not like I don't from my personal opinion is like she doesn't fit anymore in the AKB format. It's like the new generation's coming up. It's catching up to her. Her style is always like in distance and I feel that AKB48 is now moving into like the second chapter into also a new style, and Parudu is one of them who doesn't know how to follow that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
totally agree.
Yeah. I agree. I agree.
Goes on.
I
Also,
I can imagine Power doing a showroom or something like that. I just don't see
Right.
that.
No.
So,
What do you want to say, Yeyoh?
also like when I went to the two shot and like most of the events I hear, like every time like Paru shows up, like they were asking, "Oh, is Paru feeling good today? Is Paru doing good today?" Like that's the every question. That's why
Mm,
like
Okay.
every slot of her is like on the first three slots it's always full, and like you could easily win the slot for 4 to 7 because I think 3 is a free slot. She always goes on break on that slot, but like the first 3 slots that she's in, it's always sold out because they're like, oh, is she feeling good? Is she feeling salty today? Like that's always their question. But like people are still buying her tickets even though like they know that it's gonna happen. So like my friend actually experienced it when it was like I think he bought like 5th slot and like oh Pyro's not feeling well. So like he just went to Tani and like cause he had no more option because like as soon as that ticket the member doesn't show up, it becomes a free ticket.
Oh, right.
yeah.
Tani was a free slot, so he just went to Tani. So
Yay, my Oshi.
Yeah,
Yay.
that's fine, right?
Tell your friend thank you. No, I like the only thing I would say I'd maybe add on this for me at least in a final sense is I yeah, I mean I'm just gonna miss her. She's a good person, in her own right. Like you said, she's a different person.
Yep.
I'm gonna miss her
Yeah.
greatly.
Yeah, I think even now, after she left AKB, I think a year later, much better for her. I think she will change also as a person again, and maybe be more open up. I think the pressure there that is in AKB, like I said, with the some kind of extreme modas on that side, it can be hard. Just imagine you're standing a whole day, like if one handshake event is 8 hours till 12 hours.
Yeah,
You're standing there the
something like
whole day and just meeting these people who are like, I love you, oh, I'm crazy for you, and they're like, okay, all right. I
Yeah.
just gotta
Yeah.
focus on this
Yeah,
I
acting
know.
bit.
I feel bad for them too. Like they have to like, oh yeah, here let's stand, then sit, stand, sit, stand, sit on like 2 shots,
Hmm.
and like it's actually tiring that it actually sounds, cause like every time you stand up, every
Yep.
break, Like after 10 seconds is done, you stand up, sit down, talk to them, sit down, talk. It's like that's
Yeah,
actually hard on your legs.
yeah.
Oh my
It's a
God,
workout.
yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, that's why
So
some are
it,
like
it
injured and don't want to be there. It's
Yeah,
understandable.
exactly.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know what? I think we can all just wish Paruru a good life and good luck, and we'll always think of her. Hopefully, we see her in reunions, and it was great to have her in AKB. She will definitely be missed in some sense, but I think now time to move on and see
Yep.
who's next.
Yeah.
Let's see what the new world is going to bring us with AKB, right?
Yeah.
So,
So one final note on Paru for me is she didn't request a concert. Not even a graduation
Yeah.
concert. Expected from her. She's like, all right, I'm done. Here are my dates. Bye.
yeah.
Bye. Pretty much.
Typical Paru. We almost
Indeed.
it's just
Yeah.
and you know what? I don't even think she'd want a big concert if the management is like, no, let's take advantage. I honestly think she'd be like,
Nah,
not really.
I'm done.
See you later.
Hey yo,
But good for her. But
yeah,
good for her.
yo, your
Yeah, yeah.
camera's out.
I'm trying to fix it while on stream. I'm still here though.
All right,
Yeah.
all right. All right,
Anyways.
but speaking of the graduation, there have been a rumor
Ah.
lately about Kojima Haruna retracting her graduation. So it's like canceling it. Well, people have interviewed her about it, and she said, "No, the rumor is false, but I have not set on a date when I'm going to graduate. I am still waiting on a pretty dress."
Oh god, that's pretty much Kojima being Kojima.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically saying
much.
like when you're at university in your third year, I think, or in your 1 year before graduating, it's like, yeah, I'm going to graduate. I don't know when,
Sometime.
but I'm still like, it'll
Yeah,
take a year or
exactly.
something. So I am well, it's Kojima Haruna as always, but I don't agree with this. She announced it a few months back now, and
Yeah.
we still don't know anything. So she will be in the 46 singles. She will be still doing events, but she's also doing her own thing. So this is the best of both worlds. Yeah, I don't need to be at the theater, but I will be in the TV slots and other stuff
Yeah,
like that.
pretty much.
I don't agree with it. If you're graduating, be consistent and say, all right, I'm going to graduate soon. Not like Takamina, I'm sorry, but still 1.5 years before she graduated. Then why
right.
do you
Yeah,
announce it?
right.
Yeah, like I mean, yesterday I think she announced at the Girls Awards 2016, or no, I'm sorry, she was asked about Kojihara was asked about it at the
Yeah.
Girls Award, and you know when she was saying it's just a lie and stuff. The thing that I think, and I agree with you, Robin, is she's one of those people that I think she's so high up in the AKB universe in terms of like her clout, her ability to push around like what she wants to have happen because she's such a staple that I think she's taking advantage of that in a way. I really do. I think like I'll give you a good example, like the Takamina graduation concert I went to. She like the very first day on the Friday,
Oh right.
she drove in like she wasn't even there, and then like it's like and
She
they
was
made
at
a
the
big deal of it.
races.
Yeah.
She's at the races, and it's like you're supposed. I mean, unless of course it was scripted, which that's very possible. That's what that was all about. But if it wasn't, that's a good example of how she just doesn't care. Like she just does whatever she wants to do. And the graduation maybe taking forever seems to be consistent with her personality if that's all true.
I think it's on both sides, some of this, some of that. So
Yeah.
it's like, oh, you're at the event and you don't know if you can make it. Well, we'll figure out. So staff made it into a bit and then told the
Yeah.
others like, all right, you're gonna do. Hopefully she'll make the first performance or she'll does the second song because then they did Flying Get, I believe.
I think
Yeah.
so.
No, it was I forget. Because they started out that particular day with Perfect Human,
Yeah.
Oh, right.
with Miho, and then they went into Everyday Katyusha,
Yo,
and then
yo, yo.
by that time she had kind of started to roll in. They rolled the car right into the stadium, and she came up for I can't remember the song. It was an older song. Yeah, Yeah, so
that song,
so-
something like that.
so that was cool. But my point is, it's like
Oh, welcome back, Yeyoh.
you're late for a concert that is for the Soken Tokus on her, and it's in a stadium.
Yeah.
I was
What,
there
like, you have
too.
better- You have better things to do than that. Like, you're that cool. Like, you're at a horse race. So it's just, I don't know. It's one of those things that kind of is consistent with her when I'm hearing like this idea that she would just say, I'm not going to graduate anymore. I'm just going to hang out in AKB till I'm 40.
It really feels, if I compare it to WWE, it feels like the Ric Flair of AKB48.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just keep
yeah,
coming and
yeah.
going, and just doesn't want to leave.
Just doing my own thing. So yeah.
Oh, also on that, like on her graduation, I think like it. She hasn't set a date yet because she hasn't been there. Like she's
Yeah.
there but not really there. So it feels that's what she probably feels like. She's like, oh yeah, I'm still part of AKB, but I haven't been there all the time. Like that I actually need to be there, but I'm just gonna do this other show. So that's probably what's on her mind right now too. Like she's there, but she's not actually there. So she feels like, oh yeah, I need to do this first a bit, then bye bye. Kind of. That's what it feels like.
I've been doing this now since I'm a fan for now 3 years, no 2 years still. Um, at the very start, I noticed like I don't need to focus on Koji Maharu now. This one is,
Yeah.
well, she's already
Yeah.
said herself in 2014 she had like the feelings of graduating, but then the event happened. So then she proposed it for 2 years. But even then, it's like, you know what? She's just there. Just leave Koji Haru. No, she just her thing. You don't need to focus on her. Let someone else do that. But okay, we'll
Yeah.
see. We'll see when she leaves. I don't think it's gonna be this year though. I don't think it's somewhere in the spring for spring
Yeah,
concert.
pretty much.
If I'm gonna
Pretty
predict
much.
it.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, but then again, it's AKS, you never know with them. But I think it's going to be another Takamina situation. They're going to try to figure out a really good time to give her a massive graduation send off because she's another one of the big iconic
Yep.
girls still left.
Yeah.
Like I would say,
Uh-huh.
her, Sashi, Mayuyu, and Kashiyugi, Yukaren, they would be the ones in AKB that I think would get a big send off at this point. They'd have their own stadium shows. And then, of course, in the other sister groups, the captains naturally would get it, Jirina and Sayane. Which Sayane would probably be the next one I'm fearing is going to announce graduation,
Yeah.
considering, but we'll get to that. But I'm just saying, I think it's just maybe now at this point it might just be a matter of planning. And like Yeyoh said, she's not even there half the time, so they're probably like, can you pick up your phone? Like, we need to talk about this. Can you get to the meeting? No, I'm busy.
That's a good good segue for what you said about Saine about graduating. Recently, the preview of her single, well, of her first song on the album Rainbow came out. So I've had a
Yeah.
chance to listen to it, and it's amazing.
It's
I already
amazing.
knew it.
Ridiculous.
She was
Yeah.
just writing it herself and playing the instruments herself. But this is so much her style.
Yep.
This is really, really good for her. This will just elevate her. And it's funny that I always think about the AK Bingo episode about the palm readings, about and
Oh,
she
yeah,
became this year's first.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
She was in first place, and really, this one just gonna elevate her. This is really, this album is going to do so well, amazingly well. And when she figures out, like, holy crap, this is amazing. You know what? I'm done. Graduating. Bye. I'm gonna focus on this. This is really what I'm gonna do now.
And when she does announce her graduation, NMB is in dire straits, man. They already were, but this just going to confirm it. So
Yeah, like here's the thing with Sayane. Again, we've paid enough tribute to who she is and we've lauded her well, so I won't go into that. But what I will say is that I think this album is going to do so well, and her tour is going to be so wonderful that she's gonna have to really refocus her life and say, okay, yes, I successfully led NMB all these years. I have done, but she really has done the job she needed to do for them. But at the end of the day, it's up to NMB to find their own path, to get their own group that will go crazy for. That's not necessarily what she should do. And the important thing with her is that, considering what a great voice she has and stuff, she probably every so thank you starts thinking to herself, why am I not first? Why
Yeah.
is it always you, Kieran, always Mayu, always Sashi that can beat me? And even, well, and Drina would be the only one I would argue next
Yeah.
to Sashi.
Yeah.
I could see has a legitimate reason to be. But even like you, Kieran, even though she's my cameo, she like honestly, Sani's got to ask herself, am I ever gonna get above these girls in the Sasenkyo? And the answer is probably no, because the Wodas love the Mayuyus and the Yukirans because they've been there since the beginning practically.
Yeah.
And Sashi has this aura and magic around her that just nobody can penetrate. And we may never see another first with Sashi. I mean, watch how many votes she got this year. I have a feeling this year it'll be even more. And so Sani's gonna think to herself, why should I be 4th or 5th every year?
Yeah.
Screw that.
Yeah.
I could sell out my own concert. And I really honestly think we're gonna hear a graduation announcement from her
Yeah.
after she does this tour. She's
You
gonna be
saw
like,
her reaction when Sashi had the 243,011
Uh-huh.
votes.
What?
She
I'm done.
threw her
I'm done.
arms in the air. It's like,
like
what?
why? Like, come on. Like,
She had
I can't win.
she missed 100,000 votes or more, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And
Like,
it's
it's
like
just-
this okay. Maybe that was also like these are all small pieces to the puzzle of like time to graduate, and it is just this happening. The only thing holding her back is what we say, the dire straits of NMB's future, because her passion for NMB is very big, very huge.
Yeah.
But yeah, she really has to face the facts. It's like I can't
Yeah.
stay here anymore. If I love NMB, but right now my career is taking off, or my own career, if this album is doing well, and the tour dates, I need to focus on this. I can't be in NMB. Maybe the first thing before we see she's graduating is saying I won't be participating in the next single. Maybe that's the one
Yeah.
in the first showing up. I don't know, but
that's probably
expecting.
what we'll hear. Yeah, we'll hear that, I think. But I also think that it's gonna take that concert, because I think Kieran kind of had that similar experience when she went on her own solo tour, and she realized, first of all, how hard it is to be a solo artist, but then she also realized how much she could do it on her own easily. To be honest, I'm surprised Kieran hasn't announced it yet, but I think she sees a little bit of value in AKB. I think, she's such a top tier member. Maybe she really likes doing the whole idol thing. I mean, I think she's wanted to be an idol forever. Like,
Yeah.
I'd say Sine,
Yeah.
maybe Sine did it. Sine was more like she wanted to be a musician, then she became an idol. She's like, oh, the idol thing's working out, let's just do this. Versus Kieran, this has like been the kid's dream since she was a baby.
Mhm.
Like, so I
Yeah.
think her leaving AKB would be devastating to her, and that's why she hasn't left yet. Versus, Sine, wait till she does this tour. She's gonna be like,
Yeah.
I'm done. See you later.
Pretty much,
So I
Also-
would, if I was her, I would do it. So God, yeah.
I think Ukraine is gonna be like Mishi Shige Sayuri or whatever her name is from
Right.
from Morning Musume.
Yeah.
I think that's basically what's gonna happen to Ukraine.
Hmm.
Like, she's gonna be there, but not really. Kind of Koji Maharana right now. So I think that's gonna be her path soon.
Well,
But,
yeah.
like-
The difference with that is, if you compare it, Kashiwagi Yugi is very Kohai attention. So she focus on the younger members. Like now in NGT, she's really training them to be future idols, and I think she likes that to give her lessons of the idol world to other people, because she is the idol. But predictions wise, again, she will announce it next year in 2017, and it really would be funny if she announced it the same day as Mayu, just combined. It's like
Yeah.
I was literally just thinking that. Like, I think they would do a great double concert, and it would be a really fun because they're close friends. Like, why not? And I think you're right. And again, we expect it. The old guard, we the immunity of thinking that the old guard is gonna leave is gone now. Takamina is gone. That she really made me realize anyone can go. Mayu and Karen, if they leave, they leave. I mean, they've done more than enough. And I personally wouldn't want Sashi to leave yet, because I like the attention she gets to AKB, and she's good for AKB no matter what you say. She's good for them, and she's also very Kohai centric. Like, she's very focused on helping HKT members become who they are. Yukaren has found an identity along with Richan in NGT, which was a classic ingenious move on AKS's part to put them up there. That was so smart of them. But I think eventually NGT is a monster. They're not gonna need you, Karen, or Riton anymore. I give NGT another year. When they put out their album, they're gonna be unstoppable because their team is just ridiculous. So
amazing.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
NGT's powerhouse.
I'm all about them. All about them.
I even watch their daily theater shows more than Team 4, and I'm a Team 4 Oshi, of course.
Wow,
Exactly.
that's saying a lot.
That's a
saying
lot.
a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Really. But that's my point.
Their stage is also pretty because of the screen they have and their performance. But
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
such a pleasure always to watch their performance.
Also,
and they're great.
that's one of the newest theaters too. So
Mhm.
like
That's true.
everything's updated and like that's why it's a bit better. But like
That's
their
true.
performance level are like really good for like they're not even like the old Team A's and Team K's like the first few stages like
Right,
2008.
yeah,
but
yeah,
like everyone's a bit shy, but like NGT's like, yeah, we're gonna do this.
Yeah.
In your face. Actually, immediately. Yeah.
They got a lot of pressure. I mean, they understand the pressure of making a brand new team in the AKB world. You have to come out like swinging. You have to show what you can do. Otherwise, you're just people. I think we'll all wonder, well, why they make another team? Look, they're just kind of like every other team. No, NGT is defining themselves, and also too, the energy is there. Like their Genki spirits, like very present. It's like it's a bunch of Miyazawa Saitans on every team. I mean, they have a few girls that are step back, and that's cool. But like my girl in NGT Katamina, that girl's killing it. I mean, she's so good, and just each one of them. So I really feel like Karen is in a good place, and that's all Karen's influence. She understands. I mean, she came from a world of AKB that struggled to even get to the Tokyo Dome, and I mean that was her experience. So she knows that world, and if she can keep impressing upon NGT, look, you guys, even though AKB is really big right now, you still got to do good. You still got to do great. I think we see they got the message. So now she could sit back and, okay, maybe I want to do my own solo stuff. Maybe I should graduate. Let's kind of plan it with AKS because I think she's very AKS minded. Like she understands the marketing aspect of AKB completely.
Yeah.
So I think she will sit down, or if she hasn't already, with AKS and be like, okay, how are we planning my graduation? Maybe I should announce it this time. Let's put a concert here. I could totally see her doing that. And even as you said, Robin, maybe even with my Yeyoh as well. Because from what my friend said, who's worked with AKB, who's done events, and he's even talked to AKB directly, he even heard my Yeyoh is kind of, she's saying, like maybe she's not so much into AKB anymore. Maybe she's kind of over it. Again, this goes back to Sasenkyo this year. She didn't get #1, and that was really hard for her.
Yeah.
Much harder than she showed. So, we could see a double graduation here soon, perhaps.
It's going to be an interesting year in the future.
Yeah, indeed. So.
Yeah, it is.
Also, adding on that NGT, I think the reason why they're dancing so fast, like their movements are so slick, because it's cold there.
True. Oh, wow.
They're trying to warm themselves up. It's cold in Niigata.
Maybe that's the reason. Like, would somebody please close the door while we're dancing? Come on. That's funny, man. That's good.
Oh, wow.
No, but DXTakamina knows. I always watch the intros with a joy, and every time I watch the evolution of Yamaguchi Mahon's intro, like that, her catchphrase. She even now, every time she now goes like, everybody just going like oh, and then she walks away from the stage. Then she comes back and she has she went to Universal Studio Japan and she got a Harry Potter wand. So now she uses the catchphrase with the Harry Potter wand, and it's great, love it.
Awesome. And again, it's another variety moment. Maybe they interject along with their dancing, makes NGT like the rising star of the AKB world. So good things will only come from them, thanks to my Kamiyoshi being like the mother there, along with Richan being the mother as well. And I think in that sense, I'm hoping it will deter graduation. Of course, I don't want any of these girls to graduate ever, but I think we'll see it. But I really think Saine, if we can go back to that, she's gonna do that solo concert. She's gonna have a conversation with Karen. Was like, so why didn't you graduate? And she's like, because I always want to be an idol. And then Saine is gonna be like, well, guess what? I want to be number one because I am, because I'm the best, and she's just gonna say sayonara too. You know, I'm serious. It's gonna happen.
No, it's already there. She'll have more success on her own than. That was her prediction of the palm reading 2 years
Yeah.
ago, 3 years ago,
Yeah.
I
2
think.
years.
It's like
Yeah.
he said, you'll do better if you're on your own, and it's true.
It's happening. It's happening. So
That first song is Rainbows. It's ridiculous. Like, and it just the little bit I heard, I was thinking, yeah, I'm gonna get into this album, and
Yeah.
I'll probably actually buy it. So I'm pumped about that. I really
Same
am.
here. Like our friend said, GNCX, he said if all the songs on the album are like this one, the short version they released, it's a instant buy, and
Mm-hmm.
I can
Mhm.
assume there won't be a what
Yeah.
NMB song would be like. What's that fruit song they do? Like
Durian Soda.
yeah, maybe
Durian Soda.
something like that, or
Mm.
SKE Okidoki or something. I don't see Cyanide doing that. It's going to be
It's-
reality hard hitting with a guitar based music.
Yep.
Fit for her
Mhm.
style.
I
alright. Oh,
if,
go ahead.
well, I was gonna say if I had to compare what her album's gonna sound like, I would think it would be like her version of Scandal. Like
Yeah.
I could see it like
Yeah.
just a one person
Yeah.
Scandal. Like I feel it'll have that kind of edginess, and plus considering who she's working with and everything, you know the long history that dude who played bass, I think for Sheena Ringo, like I just feel like they've already made a really good collection of songs that are going to be very like hard hitting, but I also think there's going to be some ballads there, typical of whole album. But overall, if Rainbow's any indication of where the album's going to go, we're in for a real treat. So I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait to talk about it.
Thank you for that segue, Derek. Of-
That's right. I'm like 3 for 3 now on the segues. This is good.
Amazing.
Nice.
Speaking of scandals,
Oh dear.
it's that time again.
Yep.
Shuka and Bushun did a program live, and they oh god,
Oh, God.
no, don't go, Yeyoh. We need to talk about this.
Hold on, dude. Hold on.
It was on a program they did. They announced they have information on a few members actually. So the members they announced were Iriyama Anna. They didn't release it yet, not that I hear. They have something on Mukaichi Mion, so that's surprising to me as well. Something with her
Indeed.
birthday, or that's just a rumor. And the one they actually have proof on, they first showed Nishino Miki at a, I think it's an arcade, like an inside arcade, in the arcade. They showed him walking with another Johnny apparently, and they were into a picture booth together, and they came out together on that side. What they didn't show later is they also had she wasn't alone with the Johnny. Awada Nana was there as well. Now, in my opinion, this is maybe the Western side of me.
Mhm.
This is not a scandal. This is
Nah.
just hanging out
Yeah, exactly.
with a dude. And is that really, really a problem? Really? Just hanging out with a guy? They're not holding hands. They're not kissing or whatever. If they were
It's just-
kissing
yeah.
or holding hands, then I could say it's a scandal. That's a date. This is just hanging out, in my opinion. And maybe a start of something, but it's not dating. It's not. I don't consider this a scandal. So I don't think there won't be any punishment for Nishino Miki or Awada Nana. Your thoughts? Let's go with Yeyoh first, since Awada Nana is in
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Oh,
what do
boy.
you think, Yeyoh?
What do you think? Go for it.
Uh, uh,
Or how did you feel
What?
when you first read the message Awada Nana scandal?
oh, it was like, okay, she's on a scandal. Then I actually looked at the picture, which I just saw. It's like, she just comes out of a arcade thing. It's like, that's a scandal? Is that all? Like, you basically gonna show a picture with a girl and a Owado Nana in just one picture without anyone with her. It's like, what? That's a scandal already? And like, as you were saying too, Rob, like, Nishino Miki with that guy, it's like, oh yeah, we're just gonna be like, gonna take a picture, Nishino Miki and this guy. That's basically it. There's no proof or like, it's just a picture with a guy and Nishino Miki. That's what it feels like.
you'll never know what happens in the booth. So.
Oh yeah, eh?
That's the
Why
thing.
did you have to tell me that?
No, it's speculation, but there's no proof, so there should be no punishment. If you're going into fair play or fair law, I consider this like, watch out. And the thing is, the person who took the pictures, how close was this person? Because it was a camera phone, obviously, but just notice your surroundings before you go into things like that. So if that would happen to me, I'm like, why are you taking my picture? Hey, what are you doing? And then the person would have a problem. But this is just like, nah. I think this will be just swept under the rug and won't be any problem, because we don't hear something. Oh no, I'm graduating or something like that.
They're gonna do like jokes on that AKB show or something if it
Maybe.
actually doesn't go through, because that's what they always do on that show. It's like, oh my god, so funny.
Yeah, I kind of have two thoughts on this. In it's I was thinking, like, in the past, how girls who have had taken pictures in the similar way that Miki-chan was doing with this Johnny, they've had to graduate because of it. And I'm talking before they were even in AKB. I think I forget who it was particularly, but there was one girl that happened. It was years ago. But here's the thing. On one hand, I agree with you, Robin. I mean, she was just taking a picture of the guy. There was no kissing, no holding hands, at least nothing we saw. On the other hand, maybe there is more, and it got suppressed, although I doubt it. But my big thing is this. You're in AKB, you know the rules. You're supposed to stay away from guys out, like, especially Johnnies. Come on. I mean, like, they swear they all exist just to screw up the lives of AKB members. I mean, I think somebody on Facebook said that, and I was cracking up because it's so true. But I think, like, okay, I understand you want male companionship, and Johnnies would, in a way, make sense because they're part of the same world as you. They're not allowed to date girls either, but they're a professional in the sense that they have a hard, like, schedule with what they do, dancing and everything, so you can relate easier. It's not like you're gonna meet some WOTA fan who sits in his, house and watches videos all day of you playing. What can you even talk about that dude with except your work? And you don't want to talk about work with him. I mean, but when you could talk about work with somebody who's same position with you, it's totally different because you can relate easier, jokes, inside stuff. I get that you need that. But here's the thing. You have 400 something other girls or whatever in AKB as a whole you can choose to do that with. And yes, I understand it's a whole different thing when you can hang out with a guy because, like, me personally, I prefer to hang out with girls. I get along really easily better with girls than guys. But you're an AKB idol. You have to have more awareness that even if you don't think it's a scandal, even if we don't think it's a scandal, Shukan Bunshin is just waiting to take your picture and make it a scandal. And then all of a sudden, it just drags you down. You have to be smarter than that. If you want to hang out with Johnny, hang out with Johnny, but do it extremely privately. Do it in a way where you're not out in the open taking a photo picture. Because then I can understand that. Me personally, I don't think she should have did it. I think she should have been smarter to realize that it could be something. I hope it's not. I hope it disappears and is like, yeah, whatever. And that's the other thing. It seems to be the trend now with AKB members as a whole. You can have a scandal and no problem. Look at you, Karen. She did it, and I mean, yeah, even though it affected her Susenkyo spot, I think she was at a getaway spot with that dude. What do you think they did?
They were in a cabin at a special romantic place, and they took a picture together with his arm around her. Yeah.
I mean, do we think they just left afterwards? Like, okay, we took this picture. No, they spent the night.
This is gonna be so fun. We took a picture. They're gonna be so crazy.
I mean, it's like, come on. But Miki-chan should know this. She comes from a group that has a history of members doing this kind of this stuff, and I just think to myself, girl, you gotta be smarter than that. You want to hang out with Johnny? Go to a restaurant an hour beforehand and make it a private room and have somebody else, like, do something where go to a place where they're AKB member friendly. There's got to be places like in Fukuoka, Chiori's father has his restaurant. You have to go to a place like that where he can just kind of shut it down for you, so you can have that private time. You think Chiori's dad would understand that? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like you got to be really smart if you want to hang out with dudes and you're an AKB. very much a lapse in her judgment. But I'm not mad at her for doing it because she broke the no guy idol rule, because I don't really think she broke it. Like you said, she was just taking a picture. I'm mad at her for not thinking about the fact that it just brings her down in the eyes of like WOTAs and things like that, because AKB is still very much a place where we don't want that to happen. It's kind of been trending lately. You can get away with it and seemingly no punishment will happen. But I just think overall she's got better things to do. Like, why doesn't, instead of hanging out with the Johnny, she focus on hanging out with all of us, her fans?
Yeah.
That's the whole point of her being in AKB. You see what I'm saying?
A few things though. You compared it to Ukraine. Ukraine is now 26, 27, or 25. I don't know, something around that age.
Let's take a look. Just a sec.
25, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, 25. Yeah,
Yeah.
25.
So she is a fair adult, and she never been with a person, and eventually you'll get those feelings, and on that age,
Yeah,
well, I
true.
think that's why the fans were like, because she's on
Yeah,
that age.
true.
It's like, all right, if you graduate, all right, whatever. This, however, Nishinomiki just turned 17, and
Good point.
still that's even underage. On the other end, it's a girl is now in like in her puberty, get these emotions, new feelings, development.
Mm.
I think that's also book and play, and she wasn't thinking. And I hope AKS management will go onto her and like give her a stern talking to, or I wouldn't say punishment, but like, all right, your schedule on AK Bingo, you've been replaced, something like that. Or you wanted to do this? No. You need to learn a lesson, and it's basically what they did with Minigishi, and like saying, all right, you're Kankyusei. I don't think putting her at Kankyusei would be that too severe, but just to be like, all right, you broke the rules. Here are some punishments. It's not breaking the rules because she was on a date, but she did get caught and gave bad publicity.
Right.
Maybe we'll see something in that, but I don't think it will be like, all right, you need to announce graduation, all right, we're sending you away from the group, something like that. Plus, again, she wasn't alone. Awada Nana was there, so I don't think. Maybe in the same stern talking, Awada Nana will be there. Maybe they'll just hang out, and the Johnny just happened to show up. We don't know. We only see these few pictures. I think 5 pictures of them.
Something like that.
Maybe they were at the arcade together, and then the Johnny was at the arcade, and then they started talking, and like, oh, hey, let's take a picture. You don't know the story. There aren't words. There was video, I believe, but I don't think you hear anything they say or talking. So, I don't know. We'll see in the future. But, damn, lost my train of thought at the end. Damn it. Oh, yeah. Nishinomiki hasn't been on Twitter for now the past 3 to 4 days. So that makes me worry a bit. When someone doesn't want to show social media, then there's something wrong.
What about Mion? Has she been on? I haven't checked.
I'll check right now. Mion
is
doing stuff.
Yeah,
Okay,
Mion is.
I think if they had something really big on Mion, we would have seen it by now. But I'm also worried because I think it would actually hurt her more because she was, like a center for a recent single in AKB, and I think these tabloids would just love to tear apart a top member, especially. I agree with you, Robin. Like, I mean, she's a young girl, and with in Karen's case, I mean, like, I'm not stupid. When these girls start getting in their 20s, I think eventually they're like, screw this, I'm gonna go have fun with these boys. I mean, I think Tomochin's a perfect example of that. Like, she just wanted to do that right away, and she did. And good for her, because when you look as good as Tomochin or you look as good as you, Karen, like, why wouldn't you want to like go out there and enjoy men, because men are gonna enjoy you? I get that, that's cool, but Miki-chan, I mean, like, I don't want to see her get punished. I don't want to see her get taken off like AK Bingo, because she's such a great variety presence. And you're right, but because of the bad publicity she caused, fans may need to not see her face for a while so we can forget about what happened, and therefore she'll just start to taper away. And out of all the girls in Team 4 especially, I wouldn't have thought it was her. Awada Nana, I don't know, like, I mean, she's so, I don't want to say she's not as present, but Miki-chan is always present in the variety. Like, always, they always go to her, make fun of her. If she gets into something, her reaction is her, she's classic. I mean, she's Karen Part 2. So
I'm waiting
just
for that
can't
moment that
believe
Muramoto
Yeah.
is going to be on AK Bingo's like, so how was the date?
Yeah.
Oh,
pretty much.
and he
Oh
would
yes.
too.
Oh
He
dear.
would, because he doesn't care at all.
Nope.
Like, oh, that, you know what? But if he does that in a weird way, I think it would trigger in the WOTA's general collective consciousness an okayness. We'd be like, that's funny. All right, we can laugh about it now.
Yeah.
Just like we laughed when John
Yeah.
shaved her head and they made fun of it like forever. Like, it's just, then I think we could be okay with it. So in a way, I kind of hope he does. Oh my God, I can't wait to see her reaction then.
Yep.
Yeah. So on the other news, I found out what Idiyama Anna was. They caught her drinking.
Anna.
Yeah.
What?
So
Oh, who
Legal
cares?
to
Let her
drink
drink.
though.
yeah.
Let the girl
She's
Yeah.
drink.
over 20 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, who cares?
Who cares?
Wait, was she
Exactly.
drinking with boys? Was that the problem, or
She
was
was
just
drinking with. Well, there were men, but she was drinking with the people she did her stage play with.
Oh,
Oh come on.
What the heck?
How is that a scandal? What?
That's not even
Here's-
a scoop.
that's not scary. Look, like Annan. Okay, I don't care. That girl has a pass. She can do anything she wants. She was stabbed for AKB. So as far as I'm concerned, if she has an alcohol problem, I understand.
Drug problem?
If she has a drug problem, have it, because I would still love this girl
Same here.
no matter what she does. She could have a picture hanging out with a bunch of dudes, and I'm gonna be like, she got stabbed for AKB. I think the girl, she can do whatever she wants.
Yeah.
Okay, because she didn't leave it AKB. She mentally dealt with it. You know, she's still here. As far as I'm concerned, we need to protect her because Kawaii left for that. You know, for kind of that reason. I don't. We need to support this girl. So screw whoever tried to make that into a scandal. They should be ashamed of themselves. That poor girl's been through enough. Honestly, she's been through enough. Leave her
And,
the
and
heck
even,
alone.
to be honest, I like when members will occasionally have a drink. That's more real to them, and that will be
Yeah.
more appealing to
I
them.
don't see the problem. I
That's
don't see the problem
cool.
at all.
If you're
Have a
dead,
drink.
if you're dead drunk, okay, that's like, hey, stop it. But have a drink, sure.
Like, did you ever see that picture, that photo of like Yuko holding? I think she was like carrying Achan because Achan was like so wasted.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh right.
Remember?
Yeah.
Hysterical. I was cracking up. I'm like, that's so funny.
I would actually pay for an event, like a special event, where you
to watch him drunk.
no
no.
like a handshake event, but have a drink
Yeah.
event. Just you order
Oh,
a beer,
right.
they order a
Ah.
beer, and like kampai, and then you drink.
That's
And then you go
basically
to-
Tanabe Miku though. That's all her events been like. Oh yeah, I have a solo event today. Let's go
Right.
drinking.
Yeah.
Tanabe Miku.
Yeah, but an 8-hour handshake event with drinking, man, those girls, they would all die.
Yeah.
They're all like 90 pounds. Like, yeah, they would all die. But it would be fun. It would be
Yeah.
cool. Maybe like a general drink. Like they have one drink and the whole group of people
Yeah,
can have it
exactly.
with her.
Yeah,
Like a kampai situation. That'd be cool.
something like that. Just like I
I
don't care.
agree.
I'm a bar type. I actually like going to bars, just hang out and just have fun and,
Yeah,
and
same
laugh.
here.
And
Mm.
I don't care really. If you're at the appropriate age, drink, whatever. So
Just don't overdo it.
I
Just
wouldn't
don't
say
overdo it.
what Shukan Bushung. It's a tabloid. It's paparazzi. They're just
Yeah,
making a
true.
story. They got into news. They got some pictures and pretty nice pictures of Nishinomiki, so they can do speculation and have some bad publicity.
Mm.
But yeah, this is not scandal worthy. I think they should do better if they really want to have something on that.
Yeah, and let's hope they don't. Let's hope they never do. Let's hope AKS has figured out more of a way to protect their girls, and maybe they have training for the girls to understand the kind of spotlight that they're each in, and they have to be present in mind all the time. You want to hang out with the Johnnies, do it, but do it privately, because again, that's the world of AKB. Until the WOTAs all generally yell out and say it's totally fine, we don't care, which they're not going to. But if they did, it's not. This is the idol world. It's part of the idol concept. And Miki-chan, she broke that rule. Even though, in my opinion, in your opinion, like whatever, it's just she broke that because now she brought negative publicity to AKB as a whole. And my big fear now, let's just please hope she stays AKB and go, Miramoto-san, ask her about it and jokes about it, and then we can just kind of breathe about it and move on. Let's just hope.
All right. We have about 5 minutes left for the show.
Oh, wow.
Always.
Amazing.
Always.
So yeah, quick announcement. Junken Takai is tomorrow, and after Junkai was done, we'll do a special podcast. Will be uploaded on Datamotion as usual, with multiple parts, and then when we just really talk about all the events that are happening and just bit by bit. So look forward to that. As usual, you can follow me on Twitter at Rageballie. You can message me topics you want to talk about for 48 the show. Anything, I'll message right back. Same for DXTakamina, right, on Twitter.
Pretty much. Same. So, yeah.
Derek is currently in Japan enjoying himself. He's going to watch the Junken live on TV, maybe at a bar, maybe at AKB48 Cafe. Who knows? But always check his site if you want just something to read on derekvasconi.com. And yeah, you have something to plug or anything to go with?
I have a secret project. Yay!
Oh, that's good for all of us.
Yes, pretty much.
It's being translated by this guy, so look forward to what it is.
There we go.
All right.
All right.
Need new subbing material.
All right, so thank you for watching this week's episode of 48 Talk. Tune in then in about 2 or 3 days, where we talk about the special of Junken Taikai and everything, the news coming out of that. All right, so once again, thank you for watching and see you next time.
Thank you.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Later.
Bye, everybody.
Bye bye. Ciao.